Yeah, so um, it's the worst thing um, that you can do um, to, you know, um, me or anyone else when you the villain, of the situation. You're not a villain. You a weasel. When it comes to the whole Madagascar. Um, you know, um, when I talk about the Madagascar cartoon, and you have the weasel in it. You have the lion and all the other animals of God's kingdom. But the weasel was the one that played a gay subliminal message in it, while everybody trying to party, while everybody trying to have a good time. And that's how you are. But we are lions. We are for tigers only, and we're not going to tolerate it. We're not going to have our people afraid of you because of what they did to you, Rosa, um, Martin, um, and all the people out there that know that you, Rosa Parks, had no business on the bus being shoot up like me. You know, I'm literally tased like you wouldn't believe. The officer tased me 5 times. I was pulling these silver things out of my breast, out of my hip. I'm running down the street, in the middle of the street, screaming, Trayvon, Trayvon, Mike Brown, Mike Brown, because they know every time I was arrested, that's what I did, and I literally. Cannot understand why any lawyer like you will lie to the courtroom and tell me and people everywhere that they didn't see what they saw. You know, um, you're not going to tell Miami Beach people thousands upon thousands of people stood there and watch you arrest me for just sitting down drinking a soda on the beach. A godly woman, the only one with clothes on the beach, black pants and, you know, um, I had on a orange, um, you know, um, wow. My orange uniform shirt didn't say nothing to you, huh? I brought it out in Ocean's 10 when I had on my Ocean's 10 uniform shirt. And, when people, saw, oh, why they won't let her, it, you know, uh, why is he treating her like that? They sent a bouncer, so-called bouncer. They don't have bouncers like that. This man was tall, big, black, um, and was just squeezing my hand, being very rude and mean to me. And then there was a big man, looked like he may have been of Hispanic descent. I'm not sure if he was Hispanic or if he was just, white though, but came out and just stood there like, he stood there like, what's going on? But I don't know if there was a camouflage also, because you never know, um, you know, who is with them that's, seeing you all, watch me and people you know, be arrested by them, and they are child molesters. They are trafficking people through all types of through all types of ways, and through all types of whether it be the system or not. You know, some people are not trafficked like that. Some people are introduced to men and introduced to introduced to men that are on the down low, and that are with them, and they want to get close to you and your kids, and they are child molesters too, and they want to get close to you and your kids because they see you talking to us that know them. There's a globe of people that have been a victim of this and that have fought this in the courts and won too, and I know this for as factual, and it's really a shame and a disgrace that but God is our lawyer. God is, the great judge in our courtroom, and people that know this know me everywhere, and I'm at Cherry Wade on Facebook. Shirley Wade is my name too, but I changed it to JAYDIAH Wade. And I'm Jade, which was my stage name. A lot of people know Jade is a jewel. I no longer wanted people to call me Cherry because, but Jade is, a jewel, um, and I'm talking about, the characteristics of 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 God. Um, he's, his characteristics is an action word. His names is an action word. His names goes with also his identity. And I'll never forget when I was at Oral Roberts University, my teacher told me, he said, why you don't want to be called Cherry anymore? And he said, don't you know that the cherries are blossoming in Washington, D.C., around this, and, around, all around you, Washington, D.C., there are high calling of you who, you're a psychology major, and and I'm just thinking about that now. Back then, when I went to school there, and as I'm walking across the campus, then it encouraged me, and you brought it out. Um, uh, some of you, all of you who were calling me Cherry Bomb, and they brought that out and told me I received all kind of prophetic words about how because I was so lit and on fire for God and about the call that He had on my life and all the things that He wanted me to do, and just bring justice to you people who have been molested, whether it was women and children and little boys, teenagers, and um, my cousin had been in jail pretty much all of his um, adolescence, really all his life, because Shirley Jean Wade didn't love him, called him stupid all the time, and he felt like he wasn't good enough for the family, so he moved out into gangs and things like that. And when I ministered to him God's salvation, he came out of the jails and got saved. Well, Shirley didn't want him in the church. She wanted him to give him her she liked him being out there in the world. She wanted his drug money to put them ugly lamps in her in her home. And it was sad of you, and to take Titus from me through the system, and claim that you love him and give him a birthday party when you knew that I had cooked for him and gave him a party like none other, because we had it set up and already set it up at a place where not the king. And I'm not going to tell you, and Melody, you don't tell her either, because see, these people, they will side with your abusers. They will side with them when they know your fathers have been left by moms who were fleeing from abuse, and the children were left harmed and unharmed, some of them, and but they protected them, and they but you want to swing them back into they child's father's arm, because that's what you do to your own, and you jealous of them because they a stronger woman like me. You had a problem with me each time I said it. No, I'm not going to put a child in the system for no reason. This system is corrupt. This system is warped, but if you're a precious father, I will. If you're a precious mother, I will, according to the, movie Precious. And each time I said that, you got quiet, the king. And, and when I knew that hurt your feelings, when you had already said that to me over there in the apartments in my complex where I used to live, and I used to work at the barbershop, and Visions, where I and Titus went all the time, because I'm not going to have my son kept by you Atlanta men. Atlanta men could not keep my son, Atlanta women neither. And with all the gays and the diseases and corrupt, people knew I was a virgin, have been a virgin for 35 years. And I'm not gonna, I'm celibate. I preach abstinence. I teach abstinence, and children and women everywhere alike that. that you have done this to me, and you know, it's a trip. You know, right there. Um, um, right there. Um, you're gonna put me in jail. Put my son in the system for trying to be safe. And for from even um, and I'm talking about people are set up by them, using men and women to, marriage I know that has been broke up by them because they sent men in to destroy their home through adultery. Men taking men away from, um, their heterosexual, their families, men taken, and vice versa. They also do it with a dyke. With the dykes, and it's sickening, it's really sickening. Um, and to set up children um, with um, while I'm riding in the bus, Dallas, I had to talk to the Potter's house about this again. But after I was asked to leave Interfaith when that snake was in my home, um, and you the snake driving around with it, Hunter King. You and your people, Larry Lunsford, kind of folk too, because when I cried out to God about it before, I had a dream about a green snake, and I didn't know why the snake was green, but it represented it represented um, some things that I'm not able to say to you about this Christmas play that I did, and after the fact that I want to win people to Christ, and you know, um, it's sickening when a man want to give their child a snake for Christmas, and you want to take it to him, but I'm not going to let you do it, Lunsford. You know, um, I hate to mention your name because I'm so ashamed of you as and most people, like you and me, women who have had children by him, you want to be ashamed of him, because he's portraying to be a preacher, a minister at time, but a con artist with the hot dog thing, and sometimes he run around using your kids' names on things, but you're not to use for Tigers only. You're not to use Titus' name or my name either on anything, that you call a business, because people know that you're a bad business person. You got a bad rep around here, around St. Louis, for being a child molester and a womanizer and a stalker, and you know, but you're not a womanizer. I called him a womanizer. I meant you, God. But you a dwarf. You know, you're not a womanizer for us. You know, we don't even see you as that. You know, folks sorry that they ever met you. You know, you below their standards like you was below mine. You know, and everyone. You know, here know it, and abroad that knew of the play that I wrote when they took Titus to you, because I wrote a play too called Titus, and everything that he went through with you, everything he went through with your family, with your sister Farrah, who. You know, took her daughter through it. You know, you want to tell a child at that age 5, that she's gay too, right in front of me, with the child standing there, and I thought that was odd. You know, that's your sick fantasy. You know, of her, and you know, if Heather, her mother, knew that of you, you got a war on your hand, and there's too many women and children around here that know you, Lunsford, that know you don't have no business with my kid no more than you have with any kid, even those out on the street that you were raising money with, talking about a hip-hop program. And you know, I'm not going to have you, Vakeen and Vakeen, men and police. You know, I told the police right there in the hospital when they said, "Why you here?" I said, "He's having a heart attack." You know, God is bringing judgment on him for for all that he's done to me and to my child and to women, boy and girls alike. And when you put that child through that in the hip hop museum that you never built, that you said you would, just raising money and got them out there sweating and asking people in their cars down on Union, you know, and things like that. You know, I'm gonna tell you, folks, for Tigers Only, you're not our mascot either. Whoever you are on Kings Highway, that year I saw you with a big tiger. You in a tiger uniform that is brown. You're not our tiger, because we don't do kids like that, you know. And they all in front of San Francisco Temple Street on one Sunday. You know, kids should be at church with their mothers, with their families on Sundays. And, you know, and you got them out there begging out in the streets with you, with cars rolling around, you know, begging and asking them to give money to your, you know, to your thing, you know, which is not our thing, you know, because we not of a king. You know, I want to start rapping or doing poetry right now, but I'm not, you know, because, you know, you're not a, you know, intimidation for us. You know, we just not going to do that. Folks know I'm an artist. I sing, I write. You want to squeeze my hand because I write. You know, that's what I had told them before. And when you want to cuff me, and you know, it's you know, folks know that the cuffs is on you for it in the United States. You know, laws speaks against it everywhere, all over the globe. You don't arrest people for no reason. You don't arrest people because they're innocent. You don't arrest people because they're not like you, Faking, because they're not gay, because they're not, you know, and I want to tell it, you know, because right here on my grounds, you know, everyone know that I'm here, a Berkeley High School graduate with Cedric the Entertainer, being my teacher, my fam, my Prince of Peace knows that you would never do that to children or a child. And, you know, you know, and, um, you know, Sharita Cowles, his sister, who was our drama director. You know, you're not going to have Connie and Corn, you know, in this either. You know, even in the jail cell, there was a girl that you had named Valeria, and things like that. You want to do this to a kid, you know. You know, in a system, and you do it all the time. Did I mention that I'm Jade? People know me all the time. You know, as I mentioned before, that's my stage name. And when you want to arrest me on the beach for chilling, and you want to run me back to St. Louis, which you aren't, you know, my son is here, and I'm going to fight for my son. I'm going to continue to fight for my child, Titus. I love you. I love you more than life. And every prophet out there know it, thanks to people everywhere that have spoken a prophetic word about how I'm going to get my son back from you, Diane and Shirley and Gladys, who want to be silent, want to disappear, and then come around after Darrell stole him from me that Christmas and after Grandmama's funeral too. You know, you're a sad individual to do that, you know, when a mother and child unites. And you know, after 3 years, 3 times of me winning him out of the system, I want to prove to the judge every time that I'm the same individual, huh? I ain't got to prove a thing. You know, that's you, Vakeem. You want to go around acting, you know, sorry for that pause, guys. But I want to be sure for you to know that, you know, you have your strange people and I have mine. Don't confuse the two. You know, and that, you know, is is how you want to portray people, you know, here in St. Louis. You know, we know that it's everyone who you do like this, you know, that basically know how you, you know, you have, you know, people all around me. And they're not all, you know, I'm not going to say they're not all you because I don't know who that guy was. But when you know, somebody said right there, who look out for peace as they follow me around. I wrote that. And my rap, my very own rap, and I reiterated it in the poem and in the song Cuffs. And, it's a two-part, three-part. I'm not going to discuss that for you who all know, and heard about it. But, we just not, you cannot always assume that, and we're not going to assume that everybody is for us, and we're not going to assume that everybody is against us either. Because there's too many people, like I said, that love me and love my children. They love us, they love my children in the ministry, and I got many prophecies about them and my, and the men and women that, well, that's off the subject anyway. You all know where I'm getting at. But, it's just, a road that you own that you want to get off. You want to get off it now. Whoa. Whoa, huh? You want to say, whoa, you want to, whoa my rap. If I had, my rap dime, for any dime piece and all you dime pieces out there that know, my rap ain't for you. It's not for you who are witch of a king. You want to say a chant to your own kind of people, your own, kind of folk who do this. And I just, basically to the church, we know that, there are the witches and there are the wizards.